My name is Christine Marquette, and I'm a registered and licensed dietitian with Marquette Nutrition and Fitness, and I'm going to answer the question, what are foods that cause high blood pressure? The primary foods that have been associated with high blood pressure are foods that are very high in sodium. So this means a lot of processed food. For example, regular cans of soup, they have a lot of sodium. If you've ever looked at a regular can of soup, it will very often have more than 800 milligrams of sodium just in one serving. And for somebody who has high blood pressure, generally it's suggested that they reduce their sodium to less than 2,400 milligrams in a day. Other examples of processed foods that have a lot of sodium, frozen dinners. Very often you'll see frozen dinners that have up to 1,000 or more milligrams of sodium just in that one frozen dinner. So in that one frozen dinner, you're already at almost half of your recommended daily intake if your doctor has allowed you up to 2,400 milligrams. Some doctors will ask you to reduce it below 1,500. So if that's the case, almost your entire day's worth of sodium is gone just in that one frozen entree. Other foods that are very high in sodium, meats that are actually processed, such as cold cuts, ham, turkey, any type of sandwich meat very often will be very high in sodium. Cured meats such as bacon will also be extremely high in sodium. Pickled foods such as pickled cucumbers, those are extremely high in sodium as well. If you're somebody who likes to eat pickles, very often a whole pickle will be around 1,200 milligrams of sodium. So that's a very, very high sodium food. Spices, oftentimes if you buy, for example, lemon pepper, most people don't expect lemon pepper to have salt in it, but very often it does. So you always want to check the label when you buy a blend of spices. Just because it doesn't say salt doesn't mean it doesn't have it in there. So always read your label, make sure there's not extra sodium in any type of spice blend. Seasonings, Cajun seasonings, for example, very often will have a very high amount of salt in them, which is basically sodium. So those are a couple of hidden sources of sodium. Most natural fresh foods, your fruits, your vegetables, your fresh meats, your whole grains in general, those are not going to have a lot of sodium. Again, it's primarily the processed food. Another source of sodium, soft drinks. Sodas very often will have a lot of sodium in them. So the primary foods that raise blood pressure are those with high amounts of sodium, which are the highly processed foods.